Okay, welcome everyone. I am really excited to have Robert Sacco here with us, who is one of the co-founders of Rubi AI. We all know that AI is the latest, greatest rage. It's all over the place. We're never going to get away from it now. The cat is out of the bag. And just yesterday, my husband and I were watching on CBS Morning News, I think it was, country music singer Randy Travis had a stroke 13 years ago, I think it was. And they have just created the first AI produced song of his. It was just released. So it's just insane what they're doing. They took all these old songs that Randy Travis did, and they've created a brand new song, and it really sounds like him. So it's pretty darn amazing what they're doing, and they're doing it in collaboration with Randy Travis, who actually can't speak very much these days. But that's just, we're just scratching the surface of the power of this stuff. And when Angela got me together with Robert, and Robert started showing some of the things that Rubi AI version 2.0 can do, I was absolutely positively blown away. I have not seen anything like this personally in the AI space. So I asked Robert if he would come on and share it with us, because I think this is so powerful. It has the power to really transform the way we build our businesses. So, and many of you are already using AI, as I am, and this is a whole new level. So Robert, over to you.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm super excited about getting the chance to actually share what our vision is for Flex and for Rubi AI and where we're going with version 2.0. And we do have a version that's out right now, which is still amazing. It's just that we are taking it to a whole new level. And so if you are on this call, I can just tell you that you are one of the special people who get to see something before it actually gets to market. But when it gets to market, it actually is going to be such a huge step away from anything else in the marketplace that you'll actually have not just one of the most amazing tools to use, but one of the most amazing businesses to be a part of, to wrap yourself around a technology that is here to stay. Like Gloria was saying, it's not going anywhere. It's actually why we have chosen to release it right now. And to the world, is because it's broken through that threshold of now it's just commonplace for everybody to be using it. And if you don't know how to use it, like Mark Cuban says, you're going to fail. And it's just kind of like that bluntly that you can put it out there today. So can you see my screen okay, Gloria? Everything good?
Yes, we can see it. We're good.
Awesome. Okay, well, so let me just kind of walk you through, first of all, the reason why we created Rubi AI in the first place. And that is that we live in a place in the world today where there are hundreds of millions of people that are ages 25 to 65 plus that are in a workforce that live life every single day, that are going to have to adapt into learning how to use AI. They don't have the school to sit there and teach them. They've gone through that part of it. And now they're sitting and going, if we don't learn AI and we don't implement that into our life, we are going to get replaced by someone who has learned it. And that's honestly where it is, because your productivity goes 20 times more when you have AI to help you and you know how to use it. So that was why we created it. We wanted it to be simple. We wanted it to be where the entire world could actually participate in getting this knowledge. And it's knowledge that we've been using for 4 or 5 years in our software development company. But today it's available to everybody that they can use it. And instead of having it the way the world was bringing it to market today, which everyone has their own little niche, they're playing in this game and that game, and you have to have 20 or 30 different subscriptions if you really want the best that AI has in the world. Or you're going to go to maybe OpenAI or ChatGPT and you think that you're getting everything. And honestly, you're getting a lot, but you're not getting the best in the world. You're just getting what they have to offer. And that's why we created Rubi AI, which is a completely different animal to take to the market. And so let me kind of get moving into what it does. Number one, we love a good chat, but we also love the idea that everybody can actually use AI without having any AI technology experience whatsoever, without being technically savvy, without having to be a computer genius. You literally can be able to just click on a few buttons and get unbelievable results, and with a very simplistic layout. And so in version 2, you see that we have a very simple way of getting going. And you hit create, and along the way you go to starting to create. We actually have 2 different workflows that you have. It's that you can create a project. And one of the things that we love about the way that we're taking Ruby to the market is that you can go and create something, and then you don't have to recreate it once you're finished. If you want to go back and tweak it, because we have projects that you save everything in, you can go back and just tweak something, and you can put it back out after you've changed it without having to start all over again. It's a major, major change in the way it is. Now, there's also times that you just want to do a very quick, fast build. We have a fast build workflow as well. You want to do a quick chat. You want to do maybe a quick image. Maybe you want to do a quick video. You can do all of that inside of here without having to create the projects. But if you chose to do the project, it's going to remember everything that you do. Now, we have a very simplistic way of bringing it to market. You come in, you choose whether you're going to use it for business or personal, maybe use it for both, but it allows us to customize that for you. And then what we've done is we've taken the best technology in the world, and we put it in with our own technologies that are proprietary, and we've wrapped them all together to give you a seamless integration. So most people don't know how to go and create big personas. They know, if you've used AI at all, that you might put a tone to it and it might give you something that's a little bit better. But what you really need is a full targeted audience that's a persona. Somebody it's going to talk to their pain points. It's going to give them a solution. So when you're writing and you're creating content, it's actually going to get engagement. And so we have Personify, which is our proprietary persona builder. You don't have to do anything about marketing. You don't have to have any knowledge of marketing. All you're simply going to be doing is just putting in a little bit about you, a little bit about your company or your product, and it will do all the work for you. Now, once it does that, it creates a full persona, not just a voice or a tone. We're going to create demographics, the psychographics for them. And then you can go back in and you can tweak it and make it exactly the way you want to. But most of the time, it's exactly what you need to speak to whoever you're trying to speak to. So if you're in, let's say, a nutritional company, and you're talking about a greens product, that actually is a very large target audience that you can talk to. You got people who are 65 and plus. You have people who are 18 to 24, and they're both using this product, but they're using it in a different way. And you need to speak to them in a different tone to get their engagement. And so it's in Personify, it's very simple just to create a new persona and then create new content for them with just a click of the button. And now you're speaking exactly to the tone and the voice that they need to be heard in. You can do as many of these as you want to, and it takes just mere seconds to do that. Now, we also have the ability to keep everything inside of our projects in one place where you're not having to go and figure out all this other stuff. To create projects is super simple. And then you just start to decide what it is that you're going to create. Do you want to create content like documents where you can use our templates, or maybe you're creating a Facebook post? Maybe you're wanting to use our Intellichat, which I'm going to share with you is the most powerful conversational chat platform in the world. And you'll be able to use all of the biggest AI engines all in one place. You don't have to worry about just having GPT-4. You can have every major model in the world all in one place. Our audio lab, our image lab, our video lab, even Ruby music, we're getting ready to release in version 2. Now, all of our stuff is put into canvases. We call it Ruby Canvas. And it allows you to do everything that you need to do, whether you're creating a document or like this is our audio video editor. Everything will be right there. And it's super easy. It's just drag and drop, put things into the timelines the way you want them. And everything stays in one place. So if I wanted to be building a little video for my social media, maybe it's a TikTok video, I can put it all in here. And if I want to go and change anything else or add something else to my project, like maybe an image needs to go there, or maybe I want to create a new voiceover, I can just click on the audio button, and that's going to pull up my audio where I can do text to speech or speech to speech. And you can choose from over 1,000 pre-built audio voices. Maybe you want to use your own voice. And with just a few seconds of putting your voice in, recording something, it will clone your voice, and you will get the perfect voiceover every single time that sounds just like you. All of these things are built right in, and it's so easy. So then when you add the new text to speech, it's going to save it in that project. You're going to click on the audio, and that audio will be available for you now to use in your new project. But that's to say, in a week from now, you want to change it. It's okay. Just load that project back in, and you can go back and do it all over again and change that one audio file and re-render it, and you're back with a new updated version. Now, we do this also for documents. We have templates, like you want to build a resume, or you want to go out and create a flyer, and you just want to create it maybe on a specific product. You can actually upload the PDF one sheet of your product that you're talking about and create ads and content for that flyer in just mere seconds. And it stays with all of that. Now, the other things that we have is we have extended all of Ruby's capabilities with their microservices, like our SPY. SPY stands for Surveillance and Plagiarism Identifier. And we have it all built in. So you don't have to have a AI detection software subscription somewhere to go and test to see it. You can load anything in here, and you can run it and see if AI detection software is going to find your product. And there's sometimes that you just don't want AI detection to be found on your content. And so we have SPY to identify, to say, hey, here are places that you can change it. We also want to make sure that your content is unique. And so we have a plagiarism built right in. And then we also have 4 different readability scores to make sure that you're creating the content at the level that you want. And so you can make it easier to read, maybe more complex if you're trying to go for a highly IQ-driven product line. You also have the ability here, though, that once it is going to be identified by AI detection software, to hit Ghost. Ghost is our third-party surveillance that not just rewrites content, but it humanizes that content so that when you rerun it again, it actually is going to rewrite it, humanize it, and push it underneath the AI detection softwares. So if you're trying to do something to get good SEO, maybe you're creating a good landing page, Google's looking at that. Google loves unique content that's not being plagiarized, and it's not being the same content everywhere. And they're looking for non-AI driven content. That's why Ghost is such a huge, huge service built inside. You just hit Ghost and audit. It will rewrite it, and it will check it to make sure that it's underneath those AI detection softwares. Ghost is also a versioning option. So for those that are maybe doing 30 days of some specific topic about, let's say, your individual product, and you want to do a blog every single day, it will take a long time to go and create all of those. So currently, our current version allows you to do 4 different versions at one time, but in version 2, we added 5+. And when you choose to do 5 different versions of that exact same topic, it's going to create up to 50. You get to choose a number, up to 50 different versions of the exact same topic. So let's just say I go and create one blog, but I want to put a new blog every single day for the month. So I'm going to have it do 30 different versions. That means that every single day I can have a new version that's being pushed up, and it's going to be driving my SEO. And this can be done in mere seconds. Content is king, and Ruby is your perfect queen to take it to market. Now, it doesn't stop there. We also allow collaborators to come in and help you. So if you have a subscription and you want to bring somebody in to help you, you can bring them in as a collaborator. They can actually help you do that. And you can actually decide what they have access to. We have workspaces, which means you can have up to 5 of those workspaces. And what that allows you to do is segment off your work. So maybe I have a workspace for this product, and I have another one for this product, or maybe this company or this company or this company, however you want to do it. But if I wanted Gloria to help me write content or be part of maybe my AI Personify account, I could click that. I can let them in, and then I can tell her what she can or cannot do by just giving permissions. I let her use Intellichat, but I'm not going to let her use my Ruby Music or maybe my dubbing services. So I can choose that. You get to choose that for each of the collaborators that you're inviting in. And of course, we have one-click connections. So once you've created something, you can literally click share. And if you've connected your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is, your social media platforms that you're using, including YouTube, TikTok, Snap, whatever it is, that you're going to be able to integrate that. And just with a single click, you'll post that to wherever you're going, all built in to the back office. Now, when we talk about Intellichat, we actually have done this where, again, you get to choose between all of the major places in the world that have big LLMs like ChatGPT 3.5 or ChatGPT 4, or maybe it's Claude 3, Opus, Sonnet, Haiku, maybe it's Google's Gemini Pro. Whatever it is that you want to use, each one has a specific purpose. And we explain that to you. We teach you all of that as you get going. But we also have over 200 modules that are pre-built. That means anything that you can think of that you want to create, you don't have to be a prompt engineer. You literally can just choose it and it will actually go and start to create it with the simplicity of just a drop down. When you select a module, you'll be able to go in and choose anything. This would be like an advanced 7-day meal plan. It's just going to start to ask you to, what are the things you like? With checkboxes, radio buttons, and drop downs, maybe a single line sentence, you're going to be able to create unbelievable content. And it's all pushed into the chat so that once you get this amazing, like this one's a meal plan, I get an incredible meal plan, it's all built into the chat. And so I can actually rerun it on a different service if I choose to, and maybe I'll get different results. But there might be something, let's say, I just don't like the way, I don't like that meal for Monday. I can say replace the dinner on Monday with something different, and it'll give me a new meal that fits my specific diet that I asked it to. And it will do this in every type of module that you can imagine, whether you're doing marketing, whether you're doing social media, whether you're just doing meal lists and shopping lists and food plans, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, we have over 200 modules ready for you to just pull them up, and then you can fine tune those for whatever it is that you're wanting to do. And guys, we actually have unbelievable new marketing that are coming out to help you take this to market as well. Our tryruby.com site will be the customer only site. So if you're looking just to do customer acquisition, this is going to be a great way for you to do it. It's a replicated site. So whatever details you wish to push to the front will be up to you from your back office. But you get to go through and have this incredible site that's just talking about everything about the product. So you don't have to be the expert on it. You literally just have to bring someone to tryruby.com. This will be where a customer would be best suited. There's nothing about the business on tryruby.com. It's just about Ruby, the product, and what it can do. And each one of these little places will actually have a new little video over here that explains what that is doing. We have unbelievable AI engines in this. In fact, we have the 4 largest AI image engines in the world available for you. You don't have to have a subscription to anything other than to Ruby. Whether it's Midjourney, whether it would be DALL-E 3 with OpenAI, Stable Diffusion, or Leonardo AI. All 4 of those built in where you can go and create unbelievable images. And for me, this was huge when AI allowed this to happen for me, because I got tired of spending hours of going through stock footages, trying to find the right footage or the right image, and then settling because I could never find the right one, but I was tired of looking. And now I can just create whatever it is I'm looking for, and it's royalty free, and I can take it to market and I can use it and not worry about it. We have a great video that's there as well on our site that will explain all of it. And then we have our audio lab, which audio lab allows you to do the text to speech or speech to speech. So if you want to create a script, let Intellichat write your video script. You can then have it voice it again with over 1,000 different voices. And it can also do dubbing. So if you have an audio or video file that you want to take into a new language, it goes into 29 different languages, all with a click of a button. And within just a minute or two, you now have a new video that you can take all around the world and expand out your capabilities. Guys, this all starts as low as $20 a month for basic. Our pro is $30. Our premium is $55. These are our retail price points that we bring to market. We have them at this price points for one reason: to make sure that everybody in the world has the capabilities. And every one of our subscriptions, by the way, comes with all the features that we're talking about. You don't have to be at premium to get all the features. The only difference is the amount of credits and words that you are able to use. So how much usage you're going to have. If you see it using content like creating chat words or whatever like that, then those come against the words that you have in your word bank. Now, we do have 3 chats that are unlimited that don't count against you at all. Chat GPT 3.5, Claude Haiku, and also Claude Instant. You can use as much of those as you want. It doesn't go against any of your word counts. And then it's up to you. If you want to use Claude 3 Opus, well, then it has a multiplier of however many words times whatever the multiplier is for each of the models. If you're creating images or videos, or maybe you're using it to create audio dubbing or whatever, those are all based on credits. And so the more credits that you have, the more that you can create in those areas as well. But the great news is that our premiums, or all of our subscriptions, also come with carryover. They're not use it or lose it type subscriptions. So every month, if you're on the premium, let's say, and you have not used all of your credits, well, those will carry you forward to the next month, and you'll get your other 100 credits that come in. And then whatever your balance was, those will continue to carry over until you use them. This is a huge way to keep people moving, because if you've paid for them, you should be able to keep them and use them until you've used it. And so that's the way our premiums work. Now, our audio is incredible. I mean, from creating music, we are going to be a game changer when it comes to this, because one of the big things you need to learn about AI is about responsible AI. And there's certifications that are coming out today that allow us to say that our music that's being created is a fair trade AI, which means that it trained AI. That means that it's not being used on copyrighted material, that actually our music is being created off of music theory, off of clips that have been created by internal musicians. And this allows us to never have to worry about anything. And this is why we can allow our music that are being created by actual artists to go and be distributed to over 150 places around the world, like Apple Music, Spotify. When you create something here, it literally can be brought to market and distributed and sold for commercial use. Something that not everyone can say legally that can be done. And we have an unbelievable way of taking this to market, and what we're going to be doing to help build a business as well, because we believe 2 things when it comes to Ruby Music: that not only are we able to do some unbelievable collaborations that will help build the business and the brand, but we can take those artists that are looking for that break, looking for the ability to get out and get their name recognized, to bring them on our back and bring it out to market as well. So we actually are looking for collaborators every quarter to create our own Ruby album drops. Our first one is coming on the release of version 2. It's called Coming Home. We have 20 artists that have all used Ruby Music to create the beds of their music that will actually be promoting Ruby Music as they go out. We're creating NFTs, and we're also distributing this to 150 places that can be purchased for that music. And all the royalty rights go to those artists, because we're here to help them just as much as we're using the cross collaboration to build the Ruby brand and to build your business. Guys, we have so much going on, that we do so much stuff every week that's teaching and training. We let people know about this guest DJ that we do every week. We keep things fun. But one of the reasons why we actually chose to go to market with this through our network marketing model purely was because of the fact that we could do teaching and training in this industry more than we could in any other place in the world. And that was why we chose to go here. We didn't come up with an MLM and then go find a product to put in it. It was actually the other way around. We literally chose to take this network marketing for 2 reasons. One, we know that people, when they're talking about AI, they might have a misconception about it because they don't really understand it and they don't really know about it. And so when someone can share it with them, we know that that breaks down the model very quickly. I've seen the power of that in just my experiences in this industry. The second reason was the teaching and training, because we know that we can teach people who can go and teach people who will go and teach people, and that you guys can actually do the training better than anybody else. And that was why we chose to go here. And when we made that decision, we actually made millions of people around the world be able to jump in and build a business around AI. And they can do it in a worldwide process in 2 different ways. One, they can purely do it like an affiliate model. Through customer acquisition alone, they can go and create an incredible business model. but they also can do it the way I love to build businesses, which is saving time, people, and money, and leveraging that by building a network of customer gatherers. People who will go out and bring a few more people in to do the business, but they'll grab a handful of customers, and pretty soon you've got a big network. And we have 8 ways to pay in this plan, and we keep it simple. The customer bonus and the fast start bonus, those are immediate monies. As soon as that transaction done, that money is in the e-wallet in your back office. It's available to you. Our 2-team pay, it's just that. We have a 2-team, a left team and a right team. And this is the way that you start to build your residual incomes. And then we have a unilevel built inside of it. They're sponsoring matching bonuses and your generational matching bonuses and your global pools. All those things are all part of it. But it's really simple. If you're just looking at just the affiliate model, you can make unbelievable money by just getting a few customers every single week, just growing in customer base. What has been amazing is that we're running over an 85% retention on our product. If you're looking for a business that doesn't have the churn of a place and a replace of constantly next month, you have to go find a new one, you found it. You found the product that people love, they use it every day, and they become so in love with it because it's doing something for them. And it's immediate. It's not, let me try it for a week or let me try it for a month and see if I feel something. It's just, I get it. It's amazing. It's helping me right now. And building just on a customer business alone, you can easily get to those thousands of dollars a month coming in, and it's consistent. Now, if you're going to build that network, again, it's just 2 teams, your left team and the right team. We do have up to 20% pay on the lesser leg every single month, or every single week. I'm sorry, not month, every week. It's the only place in our plan that actually has a cap. It caps at $20,000 per week. However, anyone that's building a big business in this is going to be understanding that it's in those generational check matches that really makes the big money and the big difference. Guys, we have a really aggressive goal here, and that's to put in 1 million people in 12 months. We've officially launched version 1 on 11/11/2023. By 11/11/2024, we want 1 million paid users. And we know that we're going to do that. And we know to do that, we also have to be able to create a system with that. And that is why we're going to release back. We released it once, we pulled it back, and we're going to push it back out. This is our Flex Invite app. It's a way for you to instantly start to share all the videos that we have created that says everything for you. It's a way to get people started quickly into sharing and building a business. We all understand that the quicker someone gets in a business and they get some success, the quicker they're going to go and build. And that's why we have really have a 2x2 plus 2. Every team will have their own way of building, but we understand that getting the first 2 people in the first 24 to 48 hours is super important, and getting them qualified. And when they do that, we have an app that's going to help do that by just sharing all the videos we have. You can send them to the Rubi AI website, but you can also send them a video that explains it and then takes them there. And every time that they click on something in the process, you're going to be getting alerted in your app where they are, and you'll know exactly where to go and follow up with them. Now, I'm going to be remiss if I don't get into what is mostly my passion, and that is our passion for Selfless. Selfless is a Web3 ecosystem that I created in 2018 to the fight against human trafficking. I think it's the most heinous crime that's in our world today. It's something I'm super passionate about. I always tell people there's some times in life that you see things you can never unsee, and you feel things you can never unfeel. And this happened to me in 2018. And I'm super passionate about being able to get the funding to those people who are on the front lines that are doing the fight every single day. Most charities that are in this fight spend over 80% of their time trying to raise money, and they should be spending 90% of their time with the fight. And that's why we created Selfless. And essentially 10% of everything that we create here, every time someone purchases a product anywhere around the world or is involved in this, 10% of that goes to our fight against human trafficking. And it's all part of a social entrepreneurship platform where you don't do anything different. But just by being a part and a customer to this, you are contributing to the fight against the biggest modern day slavery that the world's ever seen. Over 40 million people trapped in this, and we want to end it. And to do that, we have to get the money going there. I believe you can't solve the world's biggest problems by giving. You have to create it by consumption. It's the one thing that people will never stop doing. So with that, I think I've given you the biggest overview I can give. Gloria, I'm willing to do whatever you need me to do as far as taking questions and answers or whatever you want to do now. I hope you got a better idea of what we're going and doing. Now, we believe that this was going to be released I'm gonna be conservative here and say by June 1st, we're gonna have this released. We are running into some issues with our devs. Our dev team is in Brazil that just had the biggest flood in 100 years. And they are homeless, and hope from this week that they get back up and running again. But I'm going to say by June 1st, we feel like we'll have this completely rolled out, ready to go. We do have demo units that are starting this week. So people that we're bringing in and inviting them in to take a look and start to demo this product and get ready and trained on it. And we would love to be looking at some people in your team to get that going as well. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you, and I'm ready to take whatever questions you want me to take.
Great, Robert. Thank you so much. That was really helpful. So when you and I were chatting previously, Robert, you talked about the fact, and I just want to be clear for everybody here. You talked about the fact that this will replace Canva, because I know most of us here use Canva. Can you just talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So as I was showing you the video audio editor, though, we have the exact same editor for your images. So if you wanted to go and create a Facebook post, you'll choose that as a template. You'll be able to put your own backgrounds in, add your new text over the top of it, add your graphics, do whatever else that you want to do. That also works for flyers, that works for resumes, any kind of process that you want to create, that you're creating today, whether it be audio, video, or text, images, compounds, whatever you want to do with it, you'll be able to create right inside of Ruby, powered by its AI.
And you'll have all the different templates, like for a YouTube thumbnail and
Covers, all of that. Absolutely.
perfect. Okay, so there we can cut that expense off. We can get
Yes,
rid of the Canva cost and just apply that right to this.
exactly.
Um, yeah. So I mean, you talked about this, but I want to make sure everybody got this, because this is one of the things that's coming out with Ruby AI version 2.0, which, by the way, everything Robert talked about here is the 2.0, right?
Right.
I mean, some of the things it's already doing, but the voice cloning, like, that's crazy, guys. So Robert, uh, correct me if I'm wrong, but from the previous conversation you and I had, it was my understanding that I could, for example, upload one of my YouTube videos into Ruby AI, and it will be able to clone my voice. And from there, I could just give it a script and it will come out with my voice for whatever I want.
Exactly. In fact, you don't even have to upload the video. You can literally click the record button, read something to it, like read 3 or 4 sentences to it, and submit it to clone your voice. And now you're ready to go and clone your own voice.
That's crazy.
I know. And it's a perfect read every time for me that sits there and go, oh, I don't like that take. I'm going to do it again. I never have to worry about it. I can just say generate. And what's great is that you can actually take it into different languages and it still sounds like you. So now I can take it to German. I can take it to Spanish, and it still sounds like me. It's just now in Spanish and German.
This is huge, huge, huge. So Agnieszka, who's on this call, is one of our team members from Poland. So it's like now we could, like, if we're opening up in a new market, or think of the opportunities that so many of us are already in, we can now take one of those opportunities to Mexico, Latin
Yes.
America, South America. I mean, it's
Your
already
world,
there,
your
right?
world just became as one. And,
Yeah.
and one of the things I never said, that I just talked to you about Ruby today, but we have another technology that's also launching in June. It's called Flex Talk, and it actually replaces your Zoom. So now, since you have people in Poland, let's say on here, she would actually be hearing me in Polish and be able to type in Polish in the chat, and I would have it in English here. And so it would be automatic. So around the world, one Zoom, one time, and everybody's hearing it in the voice that they want to. They can see the chat coming, and we can communicate 100% seamlessly with no delays, all in one place. And that's called Flex Talk. That's also coming as a technology it's all powered by AI.
That's crazy, because I know that's been one of the things that's held me up from expanding my team. Agnieszka's smiling. She's got her camera on now, nodding her head and smiling. Yes. So now Agnieszka can invite her whole Polish team to our team calls. We've got
Yes.
Frank on our team, who's from Germany.
Yeah.
And his people don't speak English, and I sure don't
Yeah.
speak German, so this is huge,
And
huge,
think
huge,
how
huge.
long it takes to do it with translators, right? So
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's twice as long. That is non-existent in the world today with Flex Talk. It's literally the real time. Everybody's on the same page. And they can also go up and add side channels. So if you wanted to go offside and have a conversation with, just a few people, you can do that and then come back into the main meeting. It's really a powerful product. We are excited about bringing that out as well. I did see something in the chat about LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn is definitely one of the social channels that you can do your one post clicking to.
Cool. Don't worry, we're going to get to all your questions in the chat. And you've already answered when version 2.0 will be ready. June 1st is the target
Yes.
date.
Yes.
How do you buy extra credits, Robert? If you
So it's
go
just
over your credits.
just in the top of the browser, you actually will have a place to buy more words or more credits. So if you don't want to upgrade your plan, or maybe you're at the top plan, you've already used them all, just a simple, purchase credits or words. That's all you do.
And the prices again are $20, $30,
Up to
or
55, yeah, 20 to 55. And here's the other thing. When we release version 2, today it's 15, 25, and 50. So what we're doing though in version 2 is we're kind of changing the way that we look at this, in that we're going to reward those that are helping us build as a distributor base. And so everybody will come in at 20, 30, and 55 when version 2 is released. So if you get in now, you're going to get a little bit of a break. But then if you go out and get binary qualified, as soon as you get one left and one right, we're going to lower down your price $5 on each of the subscriptions for life. So once you become qualified, you'll be paying 15, 25, or 50 for your subscription, because we feel like then you are contributing to the build and we're going to give you a discount.
Okay, that's cool. So you start today at 15, 25, or 50, and that gives you until June 1st to go out and get 2 people, one right, one left, and then your prices won't go up. Love it.
That's correct. Yeah. In fact, you actually don't even have to get your one left, one right, because we won't even start that until June 1st. So if you get in today, you'll be grandfathered into wherever you come in, 15, 25, or 50. And it will stay that way for as long as you are active here in the company. So you have a little advantage right now.
Super cool. Okay, so all the more reason to sign up now, even though version 2.0 is not released yet. It will be another 3 weeks or so.
And let me be clear, version 1's still killer. It's still great. Like, it's just not going to have all the audio video stuff yet. It's got imagery built in. It's got spy. It's got ghost. It's got all your content. Intellichat's not there. But I will tell you, version 1 still is incredible the way it is. But version 2 will put you in the blue ocean for a decade. We'll be that far ahead of everybody.
Yeah, super cool. All right. Does Flex Talk cost more?
Yeah, so Flex Talk will be part of our Premium Plus package, or you can spend $25 a month and add it yourself.
So the Premium Plus package will be $55, or is that
the Premium Plus, I believe, is going to be $99. It will include that, but it also comes with 500 credits. So if you're doing a lot of content, it would be your place to go.
Okay, cool. And that's not available just yet, but that will be
it'll launch with June 1st. Yes.
So is there a difference between customer and affiliate price?
So we are not doing that as of right now. Today, yes, it's the $5 difference between the customers today and the wholesale. What we're doing in version 2 is we're saying we're going to let everybody pay the customer price to get started, and then once they have become qualified left and right, and they brought 2 people on, that's when they really deserve to be getting that discount, because they've helped us build our brand going forward. So that's the distributor discount.
Great. So if you sign up today, yes, you absolutely have access to version 1.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And version 1, guys, is Robert, right now in version 1, you have multiple things, not just Chat GPT. Is that correct?
Right. So we have our chat, which is Ask Ruby. We have our modules, which we have 150 modules already pre-built in there. We have our spy program. We have our ghost program. And we also have DALL-E 3 in imagery and Midjourney. So all of those are already live right now in version 1.
And right now in version 1, is it based just on Chat GPT, or do you have the various other?
Yes, it's just on Chat GPT right now in our chat.
Okay. So that's coming. So basically, guys, I know I've already said this to Robert. I know a ton of you are already using Now Site. So I don't know if you have any ideas on this, Robert, but version 1 is certainly can do everything Now Site can do.
Oh, yes.
And version 2.0 is going to be much, 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 much like crazy, crazy, crazy powerful beyond belief beyond that.
Yeah, so I like to try not to compare ourselves to anything because we're really not, but I like to look at what is the capabilities that we have that no one else in the world really has. And version 2 sets us apart because not just are we looking at Chat GPT 3.5 or 4, I'm bringing in the biggest models from all over, from Cohere, which, one of the biggest problems with any conversational chat today is that it doesn't know anything that's current. It's all trained on 6-month-old information. So in our chat, we actually have the ability to do it with current information. We also have the ability to upload your own PDF and create your own little LLM so that you can create your own content based just on what is in the confines of your information. You also have the ability with Claude 3. Anthropic is probably the most powerful conversational chat that's out there today. You may not have even heard of it, but it's super powerful with Claude 3 being released just recently. It's absolutely the most powerful when it comes to marketing for sure. And then you also have Gemini, which is Google's brand, pushing in to have access to all of those where you don't have to have the subscriptions to all of them. You can just have one. And the price of $20 to come in and get GPT 3.5 and Claude Haiku for free, those right there give you a ton of access to everything. And then you click in all the, the other benefits to it. That's still cheaper than what you're paying at OpenAI just to get, GPT-4.
And talking about that chat. So a lot of us are like on Facebook or LinkedIn, messaging people.
Right.
How would can you give us an example of how you'd use that? So we're all network marketers and we want to build a business and we're there chatting on LinkedIn with somebody. How might you use that AI?
Yeah. So one of the Well, there's two things I would do. Number one, just creating the persona so that I know who I'm talking to and making sure that that content's going to resonate with the person that I'm sending it to. So that's number one, as I want to make sure that I'm finding the pain points of this person and I'm finding a solution for them with my product. That's just marketing 101 for most people, but it's easier to do that inside of AI when they understand exactly what it is and it's just able to go and do it. And so then the second part of that is to be able to automate some of this. So yeah, I'm not going to keep talking about things that are coming too much further, but our third quarter will release Closure. Closure is a way for us to scrape people who are in your genre or your account that you're looking to start to go your target audiences and to auto DM them to say, hey, I know that you were interested in this. I found that this works great. Or, hey, have you ever had this problem? I have a solution. And those are all automatically happening in the background for you and your business. So it's constantly going out and grabbing it. And it's all done by AI to go ahead and push those out. So LinkedIn would be one of those. You're going out and finding leads and you're trying to generate that lead into a funnel somewhere. This will be definitely a way that you'll be able to use this to do that.
Okay, cool. Uh, can we actually build a funnel in Ruby AI?
So you can build it in all the bits and pieces. We just aren't getting into the hosting of those funnels. So
Okay.
if you're looking to create all the content, the web pages, the code, and all that stuff, you can do all of that inside of Ruby. We just aren't hosting that site so that it pushes it up. We kind of leave that to ClickFunnels or Bounce or whatever it is that you guys use for your third party.
Okay, great. Uh, Gene, yes, absolutely. There's help. There's help built into Ruby AI. And of course, when you're with me, you get help. So,
And we have an amazing 1 hour every single week. It's called FlexCast. Every Saturday morning, I do an hour of teaching you how to use Ruby. And it's not just me, it's for people who are out there using it in their real world as well. And they come on and they teach and tell you how to do that. Those are also all on our YouTube channel. So you can go through and look at all those and always find help. We also have an incredible that's called the Flex Connection group on Facebook. It's the first line of defense. You have any questions, we have unbelievable moderators there that'll immediately help get you what you're looking for. And so we have unbelievable support in so many different ways. Also inside of version 2, every place that you go has a video. So if you don't know how to do something, you click the video and it will walk you through it.
Cool. And do you do text to video in version 2.0?
Yes, ma'am. We have a whole video lab as well. So yes, we have video to motion and video and text to video. And then of course, isn't it nice to be able to take that into a video editor and create your own end file? It'd be awesome.
Cool. And Jim Newcomb, you heard that yes, Chat GPT 3.5 and 4.0 and all the others, right? So it's not just Chat GPT, which is
Right.
totally different than NowSite, because NowSite is strictly Chat GPT. I'm not knocking NowSite. They're two different things, right? It's just I'm trying to
Yes.
help people understand the difference between the
Yes.
two.
Well, and I think one of the things that's really important. I have my dev site. Can I share something real quick? Is that
Absolutely,
okay?
Robert.
I'll show you a working version of Intellichat real quick, just so that you can kind of see. Let me share my screen with you. Didn't plan on this today, but why not? Let's do it a little bit. So Intellichat, again, allows you to go in. You can see my screen okay, right?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so look, all these different versions that I have available to me. And just a quick click of a drop down, I can go to 3.5. I can go to 4. I could actually go into Claude 3 Opus, whatever it is. Like all of these are different commands or different models that I can use to run a chat on. And what I love about it is that I can run the same thing multiple times. So let's just say I went to GPT 3.5 and I said, let me see here, create a social media post for Ruby AI on content generation. Okay, so ChatGPT 3.5 is going to give me something real simple, right? Now, what's great about this is that I don't have to retype or anything. I can just hit this little edit button. It's going to reload it back down here in my submission. But this time I want to run it off of Claude 3 Opus. And so now I can just hit results to go again. And now I'm going to come in with a completely different version from a totally different LLM. It's going to have a different look. It's going to have a different feel, different read. And now I can choose which one I want. And it's just that easy. I can start to go in and do a million different things with it. Now, I might want to also do, and this is our dev server. I don't have all the video clips and all that stuff to make it look pretty. But if I just wanted to do something real simple, like I want to do let me see. See what I do. I'll do a business marketing strategy, for instance. Okay, this is the way our modules work, and it has imagery and makes it look pretty. But product type. Let's just say I'm a AI content generator. And I want my product name is Ruby AI. Ooh, I can type better than that. I can now go and submit this in. I don't have to. Hang on, I don't even have my glasses on. I'm going blind here. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to create a marketing plan. Now realize I didn't have to give it a prompt at all. I just filled in some things because the prompt was already written. It's a professional written prompt already for this specific thing. And now Claude 3 is going to be giving this to me, and I can go in and get my pricing strategies. I can get a competitive analysis. I can look at my competitors to see what they're doing. All of this in one simple little prompt where I'm just filling in the gaps. And I can do that again on GPT 3.5. I can do it on Haiku, all of the different versions. And I can then take them and merge them together to create a really great piece of content. Okay, so this was on Claude 3 Opus. And again, this is probably the best there is in the marketplace today for doing marketing. Now, if I wanted to do the exact same thing again, I just click on it. It loads it back down in my prompt. And I want to use, let's say, GPT-4. I just changed it to GPT-4, hit run. And now I'm going to get the whole thing over again. Notice my GPT-4 logo was over here, where my other one was up here. I can't get to it because it's writing. Is based on, Anthropic's GPT Opus or Opus on that floor. So you can see I get my competitors that are sitting here. I'm getting the differentiations that I can use to compete with them. I can get pricing strategies, and this can be done for any of your business models. It doesn't matter what it is. Like if you're doing, you want to compete against Athletic Greens because you have a greens product, you can do the exact same thing. And it's going to say, okay, here are the benefits of mine. Here are the benefits of Athletic Greens, and where can I go and differentiate myself? How can I go into different markets? This is all just built into a simple prompt that you'll find there from are over 200 different ones that are out there. And so you can choose which ones you want to use. Persuasive LinkedIn article. Again, I just put in the subject. So I just put in AI in business and define your industry, which would be, let's just do
Say network marketing.
greens. Oh yeah, network marketing. That'd be fun. Okay. I can spell better than that.
Oh,
Maybe. I'm struggling.
I know what
There
it's
we
like.
got it. Okay. I'm hoping that in our dev model, our devs doesn't always have the things working right. So this module may not be correct. They doesn't always have it in our devs side of it. But let me see if I'll find another one here. Well, maybe I'll try this one. I don't know if this one does or not either. Company name. This is going to be a proposal generator. So the client, let's just say it will be Flex AI and Flex AI markets technologies to okay. Pricing structures, monthly subscription, support maintenance included, yes. List of proposal advantages. I filled all that out and that module's not even connected. So
That's
you'll
okay.
get the idea is that
We
all of
get
these
the
are
idea.
sitting up
We get the
here
idea.
and you can get in there and you can choose whatever they are. Here's also where you choose your personas. So like if you want to, you've created this persona, right? And this is your target audience and the person you're trying to talk to. You can choose one of these. And so now when I'm actually writing this, I can select my voice and tone. Anything that it generates inside of here is actually going to be targeted towards that specific persona. So now when I'm writing into this persona, you can know that this is going to be targeted specific to contractor Chris. It's going to be making it to where they're going to be engaging because it's hitting their pain points. It's hitting specific into that target audience. Super important if you're doing blogs, landing pages, posts, ads. This is where the persona will be super important to you. And again, you can have as many of these as you want that you can go out to, whether I'm hitting a direct selling executive, for instance, I can put that in and I can go in and I can choose I want to hit them in a professional voice, but I want to hit them in an inspirational tone. That's going to create a different set of content for me based on whatever is being pushed into here. And you can control all of your chats, just like everything else that's in there. You have a history of every chat. And then we have anchoring. And anchoring is when you go to Cohere, this opens up the chat with search. So let me start a new chat real quick and I'll show you how this works. This is with us just looking at something that's very, let me see what I want to say. How do I want to say that? I want to say it as current. Like if I want to look at something that's current and I want to create a chat around that, then I'm going to actually go and choose Cohere. And I'm actually going to say chat with search. And so let's say the one thing that they wouldn't know would be give me a summary of the rushing and passing leaders in the Super Bowl 2024. So no chat's going to know all this because their latest version is in November of 2023, right? And so now I can push this out there. It's going to be searching, pulling in all the data from all over the world that has this information on it. And while it's going through this, it's now grounding. But look at the coolest thing about it. It tells me where it actually got that information from. So now I can cite the sources and literally I can just click on this link and it's going to open it up. I don't know if you can you see that?
Yeah, we can see all that. Yep.
So now you can see that now I'm actually on the web page where it actually pulled that information from, and I can verify it. And I can do that for every one of these that I'm going to be going through here. It's going to be pulling up every page that's actually going to be pulling that data. You guys can do research. Students, this is massive. When they're wanting to do reports, they need to have the citations of where it is. Now they have it built right into the actual chat when it's coming through. And we also have anchoring, and that's where you would actually be able to upload like a PDF file. So I have a PDF file here. I'm going to ask it about selfless because that's what this white paper is about. And so it wouldn't know this any other way because it's not inside of an LLM model. So I'm going to ask it to summarize the tokenization of selfless. And it's going to go find that. And it's only going to be looking at the white paper to pull up the information. But look how much faster it is. Like if I want to go and really dig deep in understanding how all of it works and what's going on with the product or something, I can do it here. And it's going to give me exactly in the white paper where that was found. And so I'm having sources. I know exactly where it is that I can go find all of this information. And I get a very quick summary. And it's all built on what I actually uploaded. So for you building a network marketing company, if you're having a nutrition or a service, you're going to have a white sheet. I would be able to go up here and just upload my white sheet. And once that's in there, I would select it and I could go ask anything, create me a social media post about selfless, right? So here, I'll just do that. Create me a Facebook post on selfless to reach a target audience of 18 to 34 female. And then it will just go ahead and create me that post. So have you heard about Selfless? It's the world's first DAO-controlled give-to-earn ecosystem brought to you by BitJar Labs. On the Binance chart, Smart Chain and Ethereum blockchain. So it's just creating me the post that's ready to go out based on that specific white sheet. And you guys can be able to do that in mere seconds. And what else is great about it is it, because on most of the white sheets that you're having on your MLM, especially in nutritionals, it has things like this does not heal, treat, cure, or prevent. And so when it has those in there, it will not include those words in it because it's being banned out already on the PDF. So it's smart. It understands all that stuff to keep you in compliance.
So really quickly, because I know some people have to jump off here. If you want to get signed up right now, I just put my link in the chat. It's gloriamacdonald.com/RAI for Ruby AI. So gloriamacdonald.com/RAI for Ruby AI. And as always, make sure you sign up for this under the people that you normally sign up for things under, right? So if you're on Sue Henry's team, make sure you sign up under Sue Henry. If you're on Ellen McShane's team, make sure you sign up under Ellen, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, okay? My link is on there for anybody who has to hop off. But do you have time for a few more questions, Robert?
For sure, yeah, whatever you need.
Okay, great. So can we run multiple businesses with this?
Absolutely. And that's where our workspaces come in, where you can choose between 5 different workspaces. And here you can, set up as many, you can have up to 5. On the premium, you have up to 5 workspaces, and you can segment all of your stuff off. And that's up here at the top. You can see I have 2 different subscriptions and I have 2 different workspaces that I can work in. So you can switch between the workspaces. It keeps your work segregated so they don't mix over, and you can separate stuff out.
And even if you didn't have the premium version and you didn't have up to 5 different workspaces, you could still run multiple businesses with this, right? You just ask for different things.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, you can, with the version 2 having projects, you can actually break your projects down by, by what product or service or company that you're working for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I
was going to show you the vocalization since we're already here. So this is super easy. Any kind of text that you have in here, you can choose from all the different voices that you have. And let's just say like, this is a British male voice that we have as kind of like a Ruby. And all you do is just hit generate, and it will actually go through and translate all of this text into a voiceover. And then you can download that file or use it to do whatever you want. And when it's finished, it will just start to play it for you down here.
Introducing Ruby AI's Audio Lab, your gateway to limitless audio creativity. With text-to-speech, speech-to-speech, and audio-video dubbing, easily convert text to lifelike speech and transcribe spoken words into text.
So you can do this in a million different ways, but if I wanted to take that into Polish, all I do is just take my drop down, change it to Polish, and this is actually going to translate it all up here already. And all I do is hit generate again, and now I'm actually having the exact same voice now go into Polish and deliver it to them in the language that they need to hear. And so it's very easy to move things in and around and put things around into the world the way you need it.
That is so cool.
Przedstawiamy Ruby AI's Audio Lab, twoją bramę do nieograniczonej kreatywności audio.
So there you go. Super simple.
Agnieszka, was that good? Yes. Okay. She said yes. I wouldn't have a clue. Excellent. Okay. Sandy is asking, will it tell you where the cheapest price is on a new iPhone?
I have never asked it that, but if it's, yeah, I mean, you can totally do that in Intellichat and Cohere, because you can go and search, you know, with whatever's on the, let me just go up here to Cohere, and this is it. Okay, and what country are we looking at?
US, the US.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and try it. Okay, starting at $7.99, $8.99,
So it's telling you what Verizon is, what AT&T is. Okay.
It's scraping still, so you can see that little highlight. So now all of it's there. You can actually get a free iPhone with its infinite access plan at Boost. So you could actually do that one. And if you just click on the thing, it's going to take you right to Boost, and you can go in and start seeing the best deals. So it found on CNET. So this is where it's finding these informations for you.
There you go, guys. Okay. Carla Jean, I don't understand your question about how about someone trying to take members from your team. I don't understand that. I don't know if you can.
Hi, this is Carla Jean. It happened in NowSite. Someone took a member from my team.
Oh, yeah, that's a totally different situation, Carla
Okay.
Jean. And yeah, that's because of something NowSite's doing. So
Oh.
that's totally different situation than this. So don't worry about that. Okay, Sue Henry has her link in the chat for anybody that, you know, is on Sue's team. Okay, so what's the difference between a preferred customer and a distributor?
Yeah, so I believe that this is just kind of a philosophy for Flex, and from my point on Flex is that I believe that customers have been pushed into being distributors in this industry for so long, whether it be to get a better price or whatever. And what ends up happening is that they get inundated with all the communications from the company and from the leaders to go and build. And eventually they just get tired and they leave. And so we just want to keep our customers separate. So a customer pays the same as a distributor for right now, until the distributor gets one left, one right, and then they get the discount. But they don't get to earn any revenue. So a preferred customer is not in the business. They're not going to be getting anything from us about going and learning how to build. They're not going to be invited to trainings. Now, they all have a back office and they all have the ability to hit an upgrade button. That's the most that they'll ever get as far as being a distributor to learn to build. As a distributor, you're going to get all of that information about, hey, here are our specials, here are our promos, here's the way that you go out and build, here's our training stuff. And of course, your teams would also be communicating that as well.
And in terms of the binary piece of the comp plan, Robert, do customers go into that binary for volume?
They go in the volume, but they don't go in to the tree. So that volume comes into the person's personal volume and rolls up from there.
Okay. All right. All right. Ellen's got her link in there. I'm just looking at my... Oh, somebody asked a question. I don't know if you can answer this, but the question was basically, how do you use up the credits? So, you know, if I create a Facebook post a day and I'm doing like maybe 4 YouTube videos a month, like how do we have any sense of how many credits we might need?
Yeah. So right at the top, you'll see your words and credits. Now our dev server has them backwards. The credits are usually the smaller number. So they're kind of backwards here, but you have the amount of credits and words always available to you. And if you ever want to buy credits, you just click there, or buy words, you just click there. How many it will use though, that is a couple of different ways you can do that. If you go into like our virtual image lab, it will tell you how many credits it's going to take. So if I'm going to create an image on DALL-E 3, it's going to tell me it's 1 credit per image. Okay, so it's just right there. Now, if I want to use Midjourney, Midjourney is a much bigger process, and it also gives you 4 images at one time. So it can take up to 4 credits or up to 6 credits, depending on what mode you want that in. But it's also a big difference in how the quality of that is. Maybe I have some in here. I can show you the differences for those. But we have incredible stuff, by the way, in imagery. I mean, you can create all kinds of unbelievable backgrounds. We use it all the time for doing backgrounds and all that kind of stuff that we're doing here. But you can create all of these images. And then what it does is it saves every prompt as well. This is a face swap. So we actually put somebody else's face on top of this writer right here. Let me see if this is the original one. Let me find it. I can find the original somewhere. So this was a face that we put on it, and then the source image was here. So here's the source image, and there's the final image as we did a face swap on it. All of that's available here in just a single click, but you can create unbelievable stuff. Like we're talking about create an image of a military Green Beret camouflaged in a forest. This is not a real image that doesn't exist in the world. It's just AI creating it. And it's just super high-end stuff that you can do with Midjourney. DALL-E 3 usually is more cartoony. You can fine-tune it, but even then it's kind of cool. Like this is something that was used by Midjourney. It's just unbelievable what you all can do with the imagery. But that's how credits work. If you're in the audio lab, the way it works is that it's 1 credit per 1 credit per 1,000 words. And it grows into decimals, right? So if I did 100 words, it would be 0.1 of a credit that would be used to do the audio.
And do you have a library of pre-existing images that are not AI generated images, like you do in Canva, or do you have to generate AI images for everything?
No, we actually have 2 different sources, but Unsplash has integrated into version 2, so you can have royalty-free images to use, also video with Unsplash, and then of course you can build your own.
Okay, cool.
And you can upload your own as well, by the way.
Okay, cool. So Becky asked, what is LLM? But I think it's LML, isn't it? I don't.
No, LLM is a large language model. It's just a different like chat models that you would find out there. That's what LLM stands for.
Okay. Just checking the chat. If you've got Ruth, I think I might have seen Ruth, you have a question. Ruth, if you can.
Hi. They said I couldn't sign up because my email is already on file, which of course it couldn't have been. But then I just kind of got out and redid it and it worked. So
Okay, good.
it's a
Okay.
glitch, but thank you. Thank you.
Yep. All right. So Edna's link is in there. Steve Byram's link is in there if anybody's looking for those links.
So while you're doing that, our voice library also has thousands of voices that you can go through and choose from already. Like if you're wanting to do a voiceover, and they're all different dialects from French, Spanish, Turkish, whatever. And if you just hit sample, you'll hear something so you know if you like it or not. And so you can go through and listen to all of the different voices.
Difficulties increase the nearer we get to the goal. Difficulties increase.
And so you guys can just keep playing with the voices and you'll find the right ones that you'll want to use for your projects. If you really want to see how the dubbing works and how great that is, if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll see our Ruby VI, our Ruby VS video that's there. It's about 1 minute and 50 seconds or something like that. It's in 9, 10 different languages. You can look at there, and that's the audio dubbing process. And that's, again, just check a box of which one you want, and it'll create that voiceover change.
Cool. So Teresa's got her link in there. How much are the extra credits?
I don't know if we've come up with a final one. I think it's $10 for 20 credits. And then I think it is $10 for 10,000 words.
Okay. So when you say 10,000 words,
That would be used for like Intellichat or doing something that's with with our modules. But if you're using it like OpenAI's 3.5, Haiku, or Instant, those don't come against your word bank. So like if you're in our premium, you get 250,000 words. It's going to be pretty hard to use that up unless you're doing a lot of content and you're doing stuff outside, I know, those two models. But GPT-4 is like a 1-for-1. If you had used 100 words, it would be 100 credits, or not 100 credits, but 100 words coming off your word bank.
okay, so if I'm creating a Facebook post and I'm using ChatGPT-4,
Yeah,
and my post is
50 words. It'd be 50
Yeah.
words off your bank.
okay, cool. All right. And Heidi put the YouTube channel in there. If anybody wants to look at that. Cindy
And by the way,
Strong,
that video was 100% built with version 2. So you can see the editing capabilities, the music capabilities, the audio, all of that 100%, all the images, all the was moved inside of GPT, or inside of version 2.
I am so glad you said that, Robert, because I want you to talk just a little bit more about the music. You talked about how you created a birthday song for your daughter. Talk about that,
Yeah.
please.
So the way that our Ruby music works is super simple. There's 2 different versions. There's the instrumental version, which will create all kinds of sound for you, whether you want to do country, hip hop, you can choose a genre, choose a different type of style. You control the beat, you control the key that it's built in, and it starts to generate, and you can just generate until you find the one that you love. But if you want to do it with a prompt, you can actually write in, I want to create a 1970s love song, and it's going to create it. You put in the topic and it'll create the vocals, it'll write the script or the lyrics, and it will create the music, and you can actually have the entire song done in mere seconds. I'm thinking I might have a sample. Let me look and see if I have a sample.
Okay.
I do them all the time because I think it's just so fun to every week on FlexCast we have a new theme, and so I always create new music created by this to play. So
I want to hear the one you did for your daughter for her new puppy.
her new puppy. Okay, let me see if I can find it. It's so weird. They're like the best memes ever, right? Let me see.
So while you're looking for that, Robert, guys, think about this. You could actually, for birthday messages on Facebook, create a happy birthday song just for Ruth. Then you could
Exactly.
create a happy birthday song just for Becky, a happy birthday song just for Jeff. That now, if that isn't going to really make you stand out, now it's going to, you're going to be using some credits, but nonetheless, that'll make you stand out.
I don't know if you hear this or not.
I was feeling lost, searching day and night.
We can hear it. It's
And
great.
you came along so small and sweet. Scout, you're the missing piece I didn't know I'd need. Your wagging tail, those puppy eyes. In a small heart, the love took you by surprise.
Oh my gosh, I got too many songs playing now. I don't know how to stop it. I got too many
But
things
that's cool.
everywhere. But yeah, so it's like so fun. You can have so much fun with it. But yeah, you can write about anything. I love to go into Intellichat and I use haiku because that's what it was written for. Haiku is all about lyrics and in poems. That's kind of how it was trained. So it's better at writing those, and it's a free one for you guys. So you can write your lyrics there. You can bring them into Ruby Music, drop it in, and it will write the music around it. It's so fun, and it is exactly what you're talking about. Ability to customize for your videos you want to push out, the messages you want to deliver. There's so many different ways that you can do it, and it's so easy. It's really truly taking the world's best AI that is out there, putting it into one place, seamlessly working together at a small subscription price where you don't have 20 of them, you don't have 30 of them, you have one, and it fits whatever you want to do, and you can upgrade and downgrade as you need.
Cool. So what is the difference between the basic distributor and the pro, Robert?
It's really just the difference. I believe that the basic is really a starter, right? That's a good place for someone to start if they just are so skeptics. I mean, it's $10 more to get 90,000 more words and to get a lot more credits. So it's just, to me, 25 is where everybody kind of starts. But we wanted a $15 one, and I'll tell you the main reason why is because I've built internationally in the MLM space for the last 8 years. And I wanted to be at a price point that everybody in the world could participate. And so that opened it up for every place, whether it be Indonesia, whether it be Vietnam, whether it be Philippines, to be able to participate in the game, to get in and get their businesses started. Most people just don't stay at the 15, but they move up into the 25 or 50 as they get going.
Cool. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna, so we've got the chat done. Just want to make sure nobody else has their hand raised. Okay. So I think that we are good. I think we've got all the questions answered. So Robert, thank you so much again, guys. Make sure you get back to the person who you invited you to this. I will be sending out an email with the recording of this after it finishes processing, so later on today. And when you sign up now, don't forget you're going to be locked in at the lower price, so it will be 15, 25, and 50. Correct, Robert?
That's correct. Everybody that they get in will have that same benefit until June 1st, and then it will go to the 20, 50, 20, 30, 55, and 99.
But if you buy now, will the price go up for you on June 1st?
No, ma'am. You'll be grandfathered in at the lower price. Forever.
There you go, guys. So, over time, that extra $5 a month adds up.
Yeah.